And we're back.
Man, how about that? David Colon just killing it, man. He's
fun.
everywhere.
Yeah, that was fun.
But it's not everywhere like our buddy TJ Cates.
No, TJ Cates now in studio.
You are.
David and I think we're in a competition.
Yeah.
We're like Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. I'm not going to say who's who.
Right.
But we're both like going around trying to see who we can gobble up everything at once. Yeah. We're killing Nashville.
We're doing something different tonight,
What's
Joey.
that?
TJ's got a camera. Look, camera's right there.
Where is it? Oh, I
It's
see
just
it.
like cameras.
Can you see it? Right there.
And radio.
He's going to be looking at the back of my head for the
internet.
next 20 minutes. But that's
There you go.
okay. That's
That's
okay. TJ, that's
Just
okay.
cheat. We call it cheating. And just cheat in and wave at the camera
Yeah.
sometimes.
So, TJ, tell us all about
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something.
That'll be on the web soon.
Yeah.
No, Nashville
So, hey,
Entertainment
TJ,
Weekly.
thanks for
Right.
coming out. I guess we don't even... Do we need an intro for TJ?
Yes, we need lots.
Tell him something. Tell him something good.
How about the host of the TV show Nashville Entertainment Weekly?
That works for me. Does that work for you?
TJ
That works for
Cates.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, do it. Do
The
that.
show
do
we're
that
on right
intro.
now.
Do that.
Right.
Do that
Oh,
intro.
it's like we just came in.
Yeah, we're just going to sweeten it right now.
Are we not on right now?
We
No,
are
we are.
on.
But
Oh,
we're just
okay.
pretending like we're coming back.
We're just beginners. We
It's
don't
like
know
my
what we're
show.
doing.
We're just talking.
And we're back on Nashville Film Radio. We're here with the host of Nashville Entertainment Weekly, TJ Cates. Welcome, TJ.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How'd you like that? Was that
That
something
sounded so
else?
official.
We can
I was looking
rewind.
around for somebody really important when you started the intro.
TJ, we are so glad we could finally fit you in your
Yes.
business schedule. Come on out here to work with us, man.
I'm glad I could find the studio.
Yeah, we're in the middle of
we all
nowhere.
had a little issue tonight.
Well, if you're working
It
for
was a wreck.
seclusion, you've gained it. So
Yeah.
it's
If you think
you've
you're
achieved
lost,
it.
you're on the right track.
Little known fact, this place actually doesn't have a zip code. There's
It
no
doesn't?
zip code out here. No, we're just in the middle of
Are we in
it.
Area
Need
51?
zip
What's
codes,
up?
man. Zip codes brings mail.
So anyway, TJ, let's bring folks back. Let's bring them up to speed. We had the opportunity to chat with you. We met you
Yeah.
on the red carpet during the Nashville Film Festival back in April, and you had your show there, Nashville Entertainment Weekly, which you are the host and the executive producer of. So tell us, just give us kind of a real encapsulate. How did Nashville Entertainment Weekly come about?
You want to know a secret?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us.
It was
We're
born.
we're
it was-
videoing it. Come on.
It was born the week of the Nashville Film Festival.
No kidding.
Really?
I got to work on the identical, and Ray Liotta was like my hero.
Sure.
And I was thinking, how can I get to talk to this guy when he's coming in for the premiere? So I called the film festival and I told him what I do, have cameras, and I may have told him that I've done this for a while. Turns out I didn't, and I got my passes, and we got to do the red carpet. And that's when I met
Yeah.
you, and I made so many connections, man. It was
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
You were killing it.
networking
You were
thing.
everywhere.
Yeah. We picked up these things, and one of the biggest interviews was Glenn Campbell's daughter, Debbie. It was after the
Sure.
premiere of that. It's got tons of views because after the premiere,
That was a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's some
Great
really
movie.
good movies
Yeah.
that came through.
You know what you just, Joey? He just did what all actors should do.
What's that?
When they say, "Hey, can you ride a horse?" You just say yes,
Sure. And then you learn how to ride it.
lessons the next day.
and hopefully you don't fall
I read
off.
some John Wayne
How's,
DVDs.
how's it been going since then, though? I mean, you've been doing a lot of stuff since the festival, yeah?
Well,
Interviews here or
it's
there.
really kind of growing. We cover mostly singer-songwriters. I go singer-songwriter
Yeah.
nights, and it's always funny because I'll go hear somebody that I just met or somebody that asked me out, and I meet somebody incredible. So that's put me into another show through Talkopolis, the studio I work for, and there's a show called Emerging Artists.
Yeah.
So these two shows are kind of intertwined. I meet people through Nashville Entertainment Weekly, and now they're going to Emerging Artists, which is where we feature every month 6 to 8 new artists that could be the next big thing at
Sure.
any point. We have a social media share group that goes out to 1 million between Atlanta and Nashville that all my shows go to, which this will too. And what's incredible now is the emerging artists. So these artists are getting to get out there and be seen.
Yeah,
And social
absolutely.
media, man, it's great.
Oh, my gosh.
Y'all know that.
Well, kind of. We don't really know what we're
Well,
doing.
the internet, I mean, this is great, and everything.
Yeah, no,
everything that
totally.
you do.
What's the internet?
Yeah.
So,
The internet.
So Nashville Entertainment Weekly is great. You know, and
Yeah.
we started covering this weekend. We're going to cover the Oktoberfest. We covered the Nashville Beer Festival in East Nashville, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And we did Wine on the Bridge, Wine over the River, food. So we're covering a lot of big conventions.
A lot of booze.
And we take out, you know, there used to be the magazines whenever people would go back and see themselves in the magazine.
Oh, yeah,
What we do
loved
is
it.
we've gotten video, and so we're getting 30, 40, 50 people saying things to the camera. And so now they're going and watching our videos, and it's helping us grow too. So it's at these festivals.
So you,
Yeah.
you mentioned Ray Liotta. You wanted to get an interview with him. Now you've interviewed a lot of celebrities, right?
Us included.
Including
Well, yeah.
these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So do any of these interviews stick out in your mind as super memorable, or anything that happened that you want to relate to us?
Man, I don't know. The coolest thing, I guess, is Scott Borchetta with Big Machine, and I asked him, you know, what does he look for in an artist? Because we're in Nashville. I mean, I'm an actor and a filmmaker, but to me, that's the biggest deal for the majority of the people here for music. And I said, Scott, what's the one thing that you're looking for? And he said, individuality. I don't want somebody, if I have somebody that sounds like Tim McGraw, it's going to be Tim McGraw. I don't need two of them. I don't need two Taylor Swifts, which is really good. So a lot of these people that play on Broadway, they really need to break out. If they want to make it, they need to break out on their own and find their own style if they're going to make it. But, so I just thought that was real. That's probably not the most famous person that I've interviewed, but it was one of the most remarkable quick interviews besides you.
Right,
and I shared our interview again today, and I thought it was funny.
Nice,
awesome.
nice. Yeah, where did you know Hot Nikki before that? Before the Nashville Film Festival?
Nikki Fernandez. I met her at Soulshine Pizza. I was up Chip that plays on the Nashville series.
Oh, Charles Heston.
Yeah. He was there, and I saw on Facebook, which I love Facebook. And I saw that the cast of Nashville was up there singing on the stage at Soulshine. I'm living in Green Hills, like 10 minutes down the road. I'm sitting in front of the stage. So it's cool. And I heard this girl get up and sing this remarkable song. And we ended up putting it in one of my short films. And I asked her, and I said, that was the most incredible song. And I was doing a faith-based movie at that time. I said, that could be our theme song. So we ended up talking and working together. And she gave us the rights to her song. And
beautiful. How about that?
But Hot Nikki is what you named her on the red carpet.
Right.
She's a cool girl, though.
We've been trying to get her on the show, but she has been so busy. She's in New York. She was in Jamaica recording an album.
Yeah. Busy. So from the work we've seen you do, you have pretty much carte blanche when it comes to interviewing celebrities. Have you had any that went really wrong? Has that happened
I've had
yet?
some dead interviews in
Sure,
radio, man.
Just die, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what if I was sitting here and I didn't answer your question? I'm at dead interviews.
Right.
But that's where your personality comes in, and that's when you crack a joke and you say, thanks very much, because we're not on a timeline. You guys have time restraint, but I don't. I mean, it can be a 2-minute interview. It can be a 10 or 15 that I cut down. So I've had some dead interviews, but it's not their fault.
Yeah, but nothing crazy, not like a Tarantino interview where he just goes off or anything. You didn't have anything like that?
No.
Okay. Good. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen.
Now, Joey, I'm not lying.
I don't know
what
that means.
We met TJ on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Were there just like a plethora of gorgeous women around him?
We had to get around the line. There was a line of them. We had to get around
I mean, there's Hot Nikki, there was the other Shayla, and there were some of the other girls there.
She was there, Raquel.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's about. I think it's the camera.
Why don't you tell us what it's about?
Yeah. I think you know.
I think it's about the camera. I catch a lot of trouble from a lot of people that say that. But I think it's just the camera and getting out and networking and stuff.
Are you doing a lot of the film festivals? Are you interviewing a lot of the different ones?
I'm probably going to go down and cover Atlanta. I kind of miss Chattanooga or the Knoxville Film Festival. I want to hit. I've done some in Memphis. So that's just something that's just part of it. Like I said, I didn't really plan on this happening. I thought I was going to come here and be an actor because my agent's here, but this just kind of happened and it's turned into something. So I'll go anywhere. I'll interview anywhere. This is my second year of doing it the way I look at it. Second year being in town. So I'm kind of wanting to step up my game and do a little bit more larger names. So it's kind of good to practice. But I really enjoy meeting people because, one night we were down on Broadway. My camera guy, we're going to shoot the film the next day. We grab the camera and we go up and down Broadway. And we interviewed the silver guy that paints himself silver.
Oh, yeah.
We interviewed the girl that sells flowers.
Yeah.
We found these guys that have a guitar out front, and they're setting their guitar case with some pennies and dollars, and we interview them and we record them. And some of them were no good. Some of them were outrageously good.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. I like to interview people that don't ordinarily get interviewed.
You should come up with, you could do like a documentary about stuff on Lower Broadway.
We're working on it. We're also doing a documentary on burlesque off Broadway. Shady Milligan and her girls that perform an anthem once a month.
Yeah.
Such a cool girl. She was in our last film a couple weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she's really, really awesome. Mm-hmm. Super cool chick. So you're originally from Memphis, right?
Yep.
And get this one. We hear this. So you started your acting career in The Firm.
The Firm, I was offered 2 roles in The Firm.
Whoa, hey.
That was a big film back then. I went to high school with John
Grisham.
Which is a big film now.
It is. And there's a lot of films that they filmed in Memphis.
Yeah.
They filmed The Client. I mean, they filmed some really good. The only thing about Memphis is a lot of people, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but a lot of people in Memphis will sit there and wait for the next big film to come in, but they won't travel outside the city, and that's where I started coming about 5 or 6 years ago, going to auditions to Atlanta and Nashville. But I try to get them to branch out.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really good filmmakers that are there. A couple of them were at FilmCom, Christopher Rains and Candace McGowan, and they go to Shreveport. There's a $50,000 prize, and they're down there shooting this weekend. They're checking into it. It's their third year, and independent filmmakers can get $50,000 for winning.
Oh, wow.
For a film.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have to film a majority of it. I don't know what the particulars are, but down in Shreveport. I'd like to see Nashville do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that is cool.
going back to the firm, you were offered 2 roles. Could you tell me?
I'm always a cop or a policeman.
Is it,
And I always get cut out.
what were the 2 roles?
A cop and a prison guard.
And which one did you end up doing?
Cop.
Cop?
Yeah,
Did you have any scenes with Tom Cruise?
No, I rode an elevator. I was going to see my lawyer one time at the Cotton Exchange, and I go to get on the elevator, and they're shooting, but it was a scene where he's walking on his briefcase. So I walked down, I pay attention. I looked down, and there was Tom Cruise. He's shorter than me, man.
Yeah, he's a
So you're
short guy.
5'7" or 5'8", yeah.
And I said, what's up, man? He said nothing, just making a movie. I said, okay. Can I hit 10? And I got off with there, but it was cool. I didn't get any scenes with him. But
Did you
it
have any
was
scenes
cool.
with Jeannie Triplehorn or Gene Hackman or anybody?
No, nothing too exciting.
Just
background, yeah, featured background. But back then, I was taking lessons from Red West, which is Elvis's best friend during
Yeah, I
school.
wanted
His
to talk to you about
bodyguard.
that.
Dude, he was so cool, and he's still back in
How
Memphis.
did you get hooked up with Red West?
He was teaching acting classes in Memphis, and a buddy of mine was going to it, and I really wanted to get into that. And he said, well, come on out. We're at his house. Built the studio, kind of like this. He built this is cool, everybody.
Yeah.
He built like a studio with the stage and lighting and everything, and he just kind of took me under his wing, and he said, you're a lot like I was when I got into acting. And it'd be a room full of people, and he would just sit there and feature on me, and he was tough, man. He was really hard.
You know, I'm from California, so I grew up watching Red West in TV shows
Are
in
you
the
serious?
1980s. I had no idea that he was connected to Elvis.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew that before today,
there's
but
a
I did
story
not know
about-
that back then.
There's a story about Elvis that he was in the bathroom and some guys were picking on him because he had cool hair and he's kind of a pretty guy. And then they were going to beat him up, and Red West went in there and just kind of cleaned the house.
And that's how he got the job. That's how he got the
He
job.
ended up being his
He's a good
bodyguard.
He's a
forever.
great character. I love him,
Yeah,
man.
he really was. And that was right when I was taking classes. Was right after he did his part with Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, probably one of the best movies ever, by the way.
Well, it's one of the movies they play the most. It's one of those guilty pleasure
Residuals,
movies.
man.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so it's good. So he got me started. There's another acting teacher I have, Rocket, and he's been in a lot of movies. He's coming back December 1st. He's moving from California back to Nashville. Real good guy.
You're in everything these days. I mean, you got your show, Nashville Entertainment Weekly. You're making films. You're acting. You're producing. You're writing. So, what got you from Memphis to Nashville?
My agent is DS Entertainment, which I'm really heavily involved. I'm actually a recruiter for them right now, and I go out and I find talent and get them signed up. We're a SAG agency. After 20 years, we just changed ownership, and we're in Brentwood. So I've been doing films and everything, and we had a family business in Memphis for like 30-something years, and I sold my house, and the business closed. So I said, I'm just going to move to Nashville, because I was coming up here twice a week anyway.
Yeah.
Was
Burning up the road.
it a barbecue business?
Yep.
Was it really?
How'd you know that?
That's all there is in Memphis is barbecue.
It was cool.
Was it
man.
really?
We had like
That's just a total shot in the wind right
Are
there.
you serious?
I
Because
didn't
you
know
can Google it.
I didn't know that. No, I'm serious
Yeah.
because there's so much barbecue over
My
there.
dad started it. My dad started the World International Barbecue Festival in '78. He was one of the founders of it.
Oh, wow.
And now it's huge. And we have trophies. My dad has trophies bigger than he can fit in a room.
Okay, I got to ask you. All right, we're in Nashville. Okay, I don't know if
Yeah.
you've been to Memphis, Joy, and eat
I have.
barbecue.
Pig leg pork.
Rendezvous gets all the glory, but where's the best place to get
Pig leg in
barbecue?
In Nashville,
No, in Memphis. Where's the best place to get barbecue?
Central Barbecue is pretty good. Interstate Barbecue is pretty good. Rendezvous's fun. I like Corky's a lot, but the Corky's in Nashville is not the Corky's.
No, it's not the same,
The
right.
Corky's on Poplar is not. Yeah, you got to go to the one at Poplar and Mendenhall in Memphis.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really
There's a
good
barbecue place in Germantown.
Germantown Commissary.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've
It's
eaten
pretty
there.
good
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But
Where's the best place here?
I like Barbecuity on Nolensville, and I also like Pig Leg Porker. Pig Leg Porker, we supplied a lot of cooking teams with our butcher shop. So Pig Leg Porker was he's affiliated with some guys in Memphis.
personally, I like Edley's and Jack's. How do you feel about those?
Edley's is really good.
The brisket is out of this world.
The brisket's good. I don't understand the concept of no bread. I'm trying to
They do
watch the
cornbread. That's what they
bread.
do. The cornbread's what they get,
I
you know.
like cornbread.
Give me some white
I
bread.
don't know, man. I like barbecue because they pile that stuff on there. You got beans, you got fry. If you're gonna have barbecue, I mean, you're not worried about a diet at this meal. You can skip breakfast, you can skip dinner, but barbecue.
I mean, there's a bunch of barbecue here in Nashville,
But
but
I think Jack's is good.
it's very good. I like Jack's, and I just discovered Edley's not too long ago. And I
I'm
thought they
moving
were,
in 2 weeks, and we're gonna have a really big party, and everybody in this whole room, everybody is invited, and I'm bringing my big smoker up, and we're just gonna deck it out, dude. It's gonna be cool.
I love it.
Let's do a show from it.
That's it. We should
do a show
live from the barbecue shack.
Before we wrap up here, TJ, I wanted to dive into. We mentioned earlier you're a writer, and you're actually a published author of. Now, help me out with this. It's Como Hunt Club.
Como's a town in Mississippi. I have a farm down there.
And it's a faith-based story. You turned it into a script and then into a feature film. And we heard that the mayor of Memphis gave you some kind of award for shooting the feature only in the city that year.
In my place, every time I move or get set up, I have a picture of Elvis. George Klein, which was Elvis's best man. He signed an autograph. I interviewed him a few months ago when I was back in Memphis. That's next to my SAG paperwork. That's next to the letter from the city of Memphis mayor. I shot the only feature film in Memphis 2 years ago. Actually, we didn't shoot it as a feature. We shot it as feature length, but I shot it as an example of my story to accompany my book, my script, and then I was shooting this to hopefully go get funding, and I just never went back and did it. I mean, it's cool. It involves deer hunters, and it involves finding your faith through hard times. There was a lawyer that fell in some hard times, got falsely accused of reverse racism. His wife was cheating on him a little bit. He lost his job at the bank, and he had this whole perfect world last week. This week it fell around, and that's when he really thought going to church was enough. He had to really delve into his true feelings and get his really close relationship with God. So that's what it was about. Yeah. And then we shot some deer in the middle of it. So
there you go.
But I like to do stories like that, even if I do like horror stories. But then there's always a biblical reference at the end, usually.
Sure.
We got to get out of here in like 5 minutes. But before we do, I want to ask you real quick. Tell us about your experience with TMZ, and then also you need to let us know where we can find you online and what's going on next with you. Come on, give us a TMZ deal.
TMZ called me last year, and they needed somebody here locally, and it's actually Warner Brothers Studio. They promoted it a lot. We're Warner Brothers Studios, and we're going to do it. Anyway, I did it for like 4, 5, 6 weeks, and I was what's his name, John Oates. Interviewed him one night, and it was like 99% set up by record labels contacting to get their people on. And John Oates said, "Man, you're just like the new, nicely improved TMZ." And I didn't come here to pressure anybody. And Cowboy Troy got him, and he's like tweeting, "I'm here with TMZ." Everybody was excited about it, but when they got it out there, and Harvey, I'm sorry, buddy, I love you, but when they got it out there to the editing, they were making fun of the South, making fun of Nashville, and that really irritated me so bad. And then they wanted me to do a 3-year contract, and dude, I didn't know where I was going to be 6 months ago. I can't predict three years. I will tell you something nobody in Nashville knows. This is breaking story. Yeah. TMZ just moved. One of their reporters has been with them for 5 years in LA. They actually have an LA full-time, 40-hour-a-week, 5 days reporter here running the streets.
Right here in Nashville?
Which is a good guy. I know him. He's the guy that came and trained me. But they have like the real guy that'll run around, hit the light, and record people without asking them.
Oh, jeez.
And I just don't think that's real nice.
Ambushing people, yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy, but I mean, he's been doing it for 5 years in LA. But here, it's a little different.
This seems like an annoying job.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah. Hey, man, the pay was good and had health insurance.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet. So real quick, tell us what's going on next and where we can find you online.
We're working on some movies. Block Party. I'm shooting a reality show right now that we pitched to CMT and HDTV, and it involves tearing down some barns and going in. We're working out of the factory, so we've already had 2 shoot days. Man, I don't know. It's just always something. I turn around.
You're killing it. You're everywhere. I'm telling you.
We're shooting a lot of films. We're doing Nashville Entertainment Weekly. I started Atlanta Entertainment Weekly. We're going down there and covering some stuff. You can find me at tjcatesproductions.com. You can find me on Facebook at TJ Cates Productions. You can hit me up on a regular. I still got a couple thousand openings for people to be my friends on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TJ Cates Actor.
And what's that TJ Cates Barbecue?
Nashville Entertainment Weekly.com. I just bought that website last week.
So.
Nice. There you go.
We're looking forward to the Nashville Film Festival next year because we want to hook up with you and do some stuff. I
think we should start doing things together.
Yeah. Well, please, it's been too long since we haven't had you on the show. We got to get you back. So
I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all got like a really cool setup, and I know everybody talks about how much y'all bring people in that don't really get exposure. So I get a lot of exposure just on my own account.
Get out.
But I'm saying, filmmakers, there's so many filmmakers, and there's actors and there's things. So it's cool.
We're just trying to bring folks in, give a voice to people here in Nashville.
Well, you're doing it, and everybody I know that's been on the show really likes it. So
thank you. Appreciate you finally coming out. It's great. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you finally coming out of his. You had no time.
Yeah, he's busy. He's doing awesome stuff.
He's doing barbecue in Memphis. He's out there doing TMZ.
We're going to do some barbecue
movies.
in a few weeks, and I want y'all guys to come out.
Are we doing brisket? Or are we doing pulled pork? What are we doing?
Brisket. I can do everything. I like chicken a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a chicken guy.
I do a flat chicken. You take a whole chicken, you push it down, you break the leg quarters out, and you break the chest plate, and you flip it like a hamburger, and you stick a stick of butter in there while it's cooking. It's phenomenal.
Whoa.
We're going to have to check that
I'm
out.
starving right now.
Galen, are you going to be coming with us?
No, he's not coming.
Okay.
He stays in the studio. He
He's
lives here.
polishing his bobsled.
quiet over
Yeah, he
there.
lives here. He's got a bed over there in the other booth.
All right, man. You're great.
All right, TJ, appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, TJ. Everybody wave to the camera.
Well, there we go. All right, we'll be right back to wrap things up on Nashville Film Radio.
Sounded great.
We can go ahead and take our photos.
Let's get a photo and we'll wrap up the show. Yeah, Hot Mickey's blowing it up.
She's cool, man. You know, she's very talented, and she runs with the Chip. What's his name?
Oh, Chip. I was saying Charles. It's Chip Keston, isn't it? The one that plays Deacon?
Yeah, that's him. They're really good friends.
Al friend.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him on the show.
I bet you could.
That's great.
Thanks, man. It's great seeing you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.